guys, how's it going? Alright guys, today I'm going to review Race 3. Disclaimer, before anybody watches any further, I'm going to say straight up guys, I did not enjoy Race 3. If you are a diehard fan of anybody in this movie and you cannot take criticism of your favorite, please turn this review off right now. I love everything from Highway, Kapoor and Sons, all the way down to Houseful 2 and Jodwa. Once in a while I come across a movie that I just did not enjoy on any level. And Race 3 was one of those movies, so I am going to be very honest with my criticism. So if you cannot handle the criticism of your favorites, instead of giving me dislikes and mean comments, just stop watching the video right now. Wait, 5 out of 6 of you were never in this race, so what are you talking about? So some movies are so bad that they are good. There are some movies like Jani Dushman, Gunda, etc. that are such terrible movies that you enjoy watching them. I don't know about you guys, but I've seen Jani Dushman Ek Anokhi Kahani at least 50 times, and I love that movie. It's so terrible that I love it. That being said, Race 3 is not one of those movies. Race 3 is so bad that it's just bad. Let's talk about the story. What's the story? The story is not connected to Race 1 or Race 2. It's a completely new story. I guess the tagline that they have in the promo of "Who needs enemies when you have family" is what would essentially describe this movie. However, it's very poorly done. It almost seems like the writer was trying so hard to match up to the Abbas Mustan level of twists and turns that he just threw in any kind of twist he possibly could, and you can see the difference in writing from the past two movies. Mind you, I didn't love Race 2 as much, but it was still much better than Race 3. It was still slick, the writing was smooth, it made sense. I loved Race 1, but Race 3's writing is nothing on that level. It's just not there. Let's talk about direction. How do you replace Abbas Mustan with Remo? Remo's a choreographer. He needs to stick to dancing. I'm all for him directing movies like ABCD and ABCD 2. That's great. They're dance-based movies. Why would you take a movie that already has a strong fan base and just hand it over to Remo, who is very inexperienced, as you can tell watching the scenes? Everything is so choppy. Nothing makes sense. The story just does not flow. The direction does not flow. I just feel like a good director can also make or break a movie, and he did not know how to direct his stars. Everybody looked so uncomfortable and uninterested in front of the camera. I don't know who to blame for that. I just don't, but I'm going to blame Remo because he's the director.
वो नहीं जानते उस रेस का सिकंदर मैं हूँ.
Yeah, no, sorry, that was safe. By the way, Saif Ali Khan, I really missed you in this movie. Again, coming back to writing, the dialogues were so terrible. That dialogue that everybody has been making fun of, "Our business is our business, none of your business," that basically sums up the dialogues of the entire movie. All the lines in the movie are awkward and random like that.
Our business is our business, none of your business.
Right boys, सिकंदर के सिवा कोई दिखता ही नहीं.
Sikku.
I'm sick of this Sikku dad.
Let's talk acting. If you're a Salman Khan fan, don't watch this movie because he's going to let you down. Salman Khan's acting was pretty bad. He was completely uninterested. He looked uninterested. He just was not putting in any effort. And essentially his idea of acting the entire time was just being expressionless. This was Salman Khan throughout the entire movie. I had no idea what he was thinking. I had no clue. If he was trying to be subtle and that was his idea of acting subtle, I have no clue what that was supposed to be. It conveyed nothing, it added nothing to the movie. I love Salman Khan entertainers, Salman Khan Eid releases. I even loved Tube Light last year, but I just don't know what he was thinking with this movie and this performance. If you're a Bobby Deol fan and you were really looking forward to his comeback, don't watch this movie because he has very little to do. They keep trying to give him things to do and basically rewriting his character to be more interesting than it really is. But at the end of the day, his character is really badly written and it's not entertaining in the least. I felt no joy in watching him on screen just because the writing was so bad and his performance was pretty bad too. He just kept smirking the entire time. Again, just like Salman, I had no idea what I was supposed to be feeling for this character. It was just bad. Jacqueline Fernandez's character, again, has no character development whatsoever. One minute she's a con woman, next minute she's an FBI agent. I don't even know what she is. And then in the third second, she's just taking money for God knows what reason. I just don't think her character made any sense. They just wanted women who had good bodies, who could wear tight outfits and randomly fight and look hot doing it. And for that reason, yeah, sure, Jacqueline served her purpose, but that's the only purpose she had in this movie. Coming to Saqib, Salim, and Daisy, they are very poor actors, especially in this movie. Their acting was pretty bad. However, because Salman Khan and Bobby Deol and Jacqueline did such a poor job in this movie, they actually make Saqib and Daisy's bad acting look mediocre. So they end up looking much better than they actually are. I somewhat ended up enjoying their performances by the middle of the movie. Don't ask. I honestly went into the movie, watching the movie for Anil Kapoor. I love Anil Kapoor. He does have the best role. That being said, that doesn't mean that he has the best performance. Maybe he does have the best performance, but that's not saying much in this movie. This movie was pretty bad. Everybody was pretty bad. All the performances were pretty bad. Anil's performance may have been the best of all the bad performances, but it still wasn't very good. I remember when Race 3 was announced, I was so excited when I heard that Imran Hashmi was in it, because if you know anything about me, you know that Imran Hashmi is my favorite actor. I think he's a great actor. He's very underrated and I just love him. And I was so excited that he would be coming in a movie with Salman Khan. Thank God he was not in this movie. This just reaffirms my faith in him, that he clearly read the script and realized how terrible it was. Same with Saif Ali Khan. I can see why he turned down Salman Khan's role and why the role ended up going to Salman Khan, because Saif clearly realized that this movie was not on the level of Race 1 and 2. Money-wise, I know Race 3 is doing well, but acting-wise, I can see why he rejected the role for sure. Because Race is an action movie, let's just talk about the action. I'm just going to very quickly spread off some things. There was a catfight scene between Jacqueline and Daisy. It is ridiculous. I have no idea what the point of that was. I don't even know what they were trying to do to each other. Beat each other up? I have no idea. All they were doing was flying around and just being really ridiculous. I'm surprised they weren't pulling each other's hair, because that's really what that catfight was like. It was so awkward to watch. There are a couple of scenes where Salman Khan is flying. Flying. You heard me right. I don't even know why they thought that was a good idea, but it was so stupid. He basically has a flying suit and he's flying. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. The first scene where he's flying happened maybe 10 minutes into the movie, and literally at that point my mind just shut off. I was like, what is happening here? No idea why they thought that was a good idea. The action is so cheesy. Everybody had this cute little action intro and they were all terrible, but especially Bobby Deol's. His was really terrible. Songs were terrible, guys. The songs were just terrible. The songs in Race 1 and Race 2 were really good. Allah Duhai, I mean, sure, it's a great likable song. Anytime they remake it, I'm like, okay, you're excited for it. But at the same time, this was the worst of all the three. It made no sense in the movie whatsoever. It just did not need to be there. Selfish is such a terrible song, but the songs in this movie are so bad that Selfish was like a breath of fresh air. I was like, oh, thank God, a song that I can actually listen to without wanting to kill myself. That's saying something, guys, because I think Selfish is a really bad song.
But baby, selfish होके अपने लिए जियो ना. Goodbye, baby.
I feel really sorry for Atif Aslam for having a song like this on his record. Race 1 and Race 2 were good movies with good acting, good action, good music, and overall a good story. That's what made them work. However, Race 3 is none of those things. None. How an A-list cast of this caliber managed to be this bad, I will never understand. Guys, I'm not a Salman Khan hater. I really enjoy Salman Khan movies. I love Anil Kapoor. I was looking forward to Bobby Deol's comeback because he's been gone for so long. I've never been a fan, but I still liked him enough, and I feel like he deserves to still be around and have a career. Surprisingly, I actually like Salim-Suleiman as well. The girls are the only whatever part for me. Jacqueline is okay, and Daisy is pretty mediocre, but the girls have never had much to do in the race movies anyway, so I wasn't expecting much from them. But they were all pretty bad in this movie. At the end of the movie, they hinted at a potential race 4, and I literally yelled, "No, no, please, God, I can't take anymore. We don't need another one." Ordinarily, I would say save race 3 for a rainy day when you're really bored and have nothing else to watch. That's usually what I say about movies I don't like. However, for this particular movie, I'm going to say don't save this movie for anything. Don't watch it in theaters, and don't even bother watching it at home either. It's a terrible movie. It does not need to be watched for any reason. You just don't need to watch this movie. That's my opinion. Race 3 is basically what happens when you take Abbas Mustan and Preetham and replace them with Remo. Sorry guys, if you can't tell, I did not enjoy Race 3. The positives, maybe Anil Kapoor. The negatives, everything else. This has nothing to do with the actors. Again, it has everything to do with the direction, the acting in this particular movie, and just this movie itself just did not work for me. I love other movies with all of these actors in it. This one, not so much, but if you really want to watch it, be my guest. It's your choice. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.